Hello and welcome back to the Memory Arcade. We're in Dark Space, aka 2020. Well, that was a really downer start, wasn't it? No, we're playing Illusion of Time, aka Illusion of Gaia. Yeah, it's a fun game. It holds up really well. Started last session, and check out the WOD if you like. And yeah, no, it holds up well. The gameplay's fun, and the combat's fast and snappy. The storytelling is a little hobbled by kind of awkwardly translated script. I wanna say, I suspect. But I don't know. It's been yeah. Other than the script, they like the ideas of that game. They come across well, and I should give a, I want to say, blanket content warning for this game that it tends to delve into heavier subjects. Like we've already witnessed the extinction of a tribe who were just waiting for their king to return, and they waited until none of them were left, and then we wound up in a city that seemed very prosperous and nice, and then we realized, oops, all their wealth and prosperity was built on slavery. We subsequently went into the diamond mines and freed some of these slaves, but yeah, the whole game kind of takes the perspective of a traveler, or a group of travelers, I should say, specifically Will, the boy right here, and his friends, and they are. The journey kind of makes them bear witness to many of humanity's really unsavory aspects. Yeah, Kitty. Like the unsavory aspect of you not being able to go to the balcony right now. Truly one of life's great atrocities. Also, this is Gaia. Gaia is the mother of all life, and she helps us on our journey. Why? I do not know. I'm not sure it has ever been fully explained. Oh yeah. Wow. The shade from the cheap seats over there. Also, Will is looking for his dad, who got lost on an expedition a year prior. And yeah, I should probably let the cat out before we head out. Otherwise, we want a moment's peace. Also, this game is really pretty. Like, it's a really kind of mid Super Nintendo lifespan pretty, and has great music. So, yeah. We're currently in the Sky Garden, inhabited by the Moon Tribe. The Moon Tribe are these mysterious ethereal beings. All kind of spooky, but they're generally very benevolent. And I think the idea is that they were subjected to some kind of forced evolution by a comet that passes by Earth every 800 years. And this, this generally tends to have cataclysmic effects on the then dominant civilization. It's kind of the Reapers from Mass Effect Light, if you will. Oh, great. Be right back. It's just been a non-stop construction situation in Casa di Seta, but yeah, we'll deal. And one of the... Right. Those guys explode. And one of the mechanics here is that you can destroy every enemy on a given map, and this will reward you with an instant. This will reward you with an immediate stat upgrade, such as strength, health, etc. Also this happens. Oh nice, that was really lucky. In, I wanna say, Zelda tradition, because this is certainly much closer to an action RPG like Zelda than to an RPG like, say, Final Fantasy. Our defense is increased. Okay, that's one thing. But like, opening up pathways is often predicated on defeating enemies. So it's not just a, hey, do all this stuff to get your stat bonuses, which last session I was told by Cheddar. Is actually something that you don't have to do to get everything, because apparently once you defeat the boss, Will has one crystal ball. Apparently, defeating a boss catches you up on all the stat bonuses you may have missed out on up to that point. So, yeah, the system's kind of undermining itself, but they probably are probably also looking out for you because there's not a whole lot of backtracking in this game. In fact, you're usually traveling on a linear path and then maybe have access to 2 or 3 locations on the map. And once that business is done, you kinda just, yeah, you move on because your journey moves on and you no longer have access to past dungeons. So I guess that's their way of balancing out and making sure that you, well, are not completely screwed by the end of the game. I mean, I could place it now, I could also just do it all in one go. Using key items involves a little bit of menuing, which is annoying and unnecessary, but okay. The animations on Will are really strong. And as has been pointed out last stream, some of it, like, that courtesy is not afforded towards some of the other characters, especially Kara, who's the second main character, and while she's not playable, she's absolutely integral to the plot. And she doesn't get a run animation, the wind doesn't do anything to her hair. It's a shame. Also, can I just all be really grateful to my cat for conceding that she has received pets and attention. Do we get to transform? Oh yeah, we get to transform. Change to the Dark Knight. Freedom! Yeah. And the cat just settled down next to me, and she's all peaceful. Yeah, so one of the big things in this game is that you get to transform into 2 alternate playable characters. One of them is the Dark Knight Freedom, the other one hasn't been revealed yet. Oh, Freedom can move the statues as well, okay. And yeah, Freedom is a resident ass kicker and childlike power fantasy, because as you can see, he has the shoulder width usually reserved for main villains, and a sword bigger than God. You can also throw fireballs. On a very slow recharge. But you know, we're making do. And this is one of those games that I don't know, was just a real highlight of my childhood in terms of the games that were coming out at the time. kind of game that would be announced in, like, our equivalent to Nintendo Power, the Club Nintendo magazine. And months ahead, and it would have all that cool concept art and lay out what the game is all about really well. And the folks who ran that magazine, I believe, were also the same, or there was some overlap in the staff of the who did the localization for the German market at the time. So yeah, good times. Like they, like they actually. I mean, this wasn't like a third-party, independent press situation. It was essentially long-form advertisements. But they still knew they knew the game really well and were able to hype it up really well. And I think one positive side effect of living in the ascent of nowhere. Okay, that's not fair. I know for a fact that there were a lot of territories that got much raw deal than, say, Germany in the 90s in terms of games that were ported over or not ported over. But it was still the PAL region, and the PAL region ended up not receiving a lot of games. I mean, later on, the irony is we got Terranigma, and the US market never did. But say Chrono Trigger never came out in Germany until there were like compilations for the PlayStation or something. The first official Final Fantasy we got was 7. Do I need to save? Oh, maybe not. So I guess one of the upsides of not getting all that much all that many games is that we probably got a decent crop of them. Like, for instance, I think Soul Blazer is a fun little game, but it's not particularly great compared to a bunch of other stuff on the system. Yeah, and sure enough, I don't think Soul Blazer was ever released in Germany in any official capacity at the time. I could be wrong, maybe I just missed it. And maybe it just didn't get that promotional push that I just talked about. But, well, that doesn't help. Okay, that's both red jewels for this place, that's good to know. The red jewels are a game-long collectathon, and eventually they let you unlock a hidden dungeon if you get them all. And like I said, backtracking is very often not possible in this game, so so I'm actually using a guide to make sure we get all the red jewels and see the hidden dungeon. Okay, this doesn't yield any. Well, we can defeat this guy. Up. That only did so much, but maybe it'll help us in the other world. Nope. Oh, that was probably another crossing that I didn't take. Because I wanted to explore more. Huh. Not sure what Will is supposed to do here. But we'll see. Okay, that does jack all from our perspective. It's a really good hook on that background music. Really drives you forward. Say. No. Huh. Let's transform back into freedom and see if there's anything we can do with it, with the projectiles that we haven't figured out yet. Will can destroy these. There we go. Yeah, let's collect our spot. Never mind. I stand here, humbled. And a little embarrassed. Oh, that's clever anime placement. Oh, one of my favorite things. Environmental hazards that also damage enemies. I really want the slide attack. Will gets one. I wanna say soon-ish, and it's really cool. Okay, so that's the ramp sorted out. Anything else I should be aware of? Well, looks good. Ba ba ba. This ramp mechanic, by the way, is just really fun. And also not something we ever get an ability for. It's just like, if there's a ramp, go ham. So I feel like such an asshole for even noticing that just how severely tile bound some games of that era are. Like this one, like those graphics aren't shabby by any stretch, but you know, you can see that it's all based on tiles. That's how they assemble these graphics for efficiency. And it's just very apparent, and if you play, like, say, Secret of Mana, same deal. And I guess they just really got really creative later into the Super Nintendo's lifespan with all that jazz. Oh, this one actually doesn't do anything. I feel much better about leaving it up before. Also, we should probably go for a snack soonish. Not IRL, but I mean, if you need a snack IRL, then let me keep you. Take care of yourself. But our lad Will here is looking a tad peckish. By the way, the little crystals I'm collecting here, they don't do much of anything other than giving us, oh, DP actually stands for Dark Power. I only just figured that out. Yeah, the hearts are basically extra lives. We get to spawn in on the same part of the map. If we ever die. Which, by the way, does fuck all for boss fights. So, yeah, it's not much, so I'm not super concerned of collecting them all, but I do it anyway because I guess gamer habits. Suppose Freedom could clean out that last statue guy. Huh. I mean, if defeating this one ties to the progression here, then yeah, we have a bit of a walk. No. Will's wall breaker dash is an odd one, like you would imagine it does a lot more. act very differently than it ultimately behaves. Do I maybe get to transform here? No, no. Oh, wait. I was about to yell at Gaia for being so unaccommodating, but she can do that. That's right, folks. Never count out. Always count on Mother Gaia, is what I'm trying to say. Just had this really silly idea of someone attending a meeting of a religious community that actually reveres Gaia. And it's like, okay, but when do we get to transform into the giant knight? By which I don't mean any disrespect to people who revere Gaia, because while I'm not inclined that way, I can't certainly think of worse things to worship than the natural world. That did jack shit. But what about the sword? Okay, freedom was actually the solution here. I'm glad. And I probably did that longish backtracking on every pest playthrough. At least I have a faint memory now of it. Freedom has 4 crystal balls, and now I'm regretting that I didn't keep up this silly bit. Did we ever figure out what... Oh, it's the middle ramp of this whole... situation. Oh no, DOS. And we're home free. Oh, Jesus Christ, game. Yeah, I think those folks are giving us the same bits of dialogue than they did last session. Yeah, so the Moon Tribe were transformed by the comet, the remnants of a past civilization. They don't seem particularly you know, distressed by the fact that they're little ghost blobs. But I guess maybe those are just the ones that manage to stay sane. They used to be human, I guess. And it's boss time. Oh, you don't have a prayer, little bird. You've defeated the huge demon. That comma serves no purpose. Look, a mystic statue. Sure, let's transform back into the little boy while we're falling out of the sky. A strange noise fills the air around you. From out of nowhere, you hear Neil's voice. Will, you're falling to the ground. Grab the airplane and we'll fly out of here. Sweet. Oops. Shoot. I dropped the contact. You what? Idiot! Will is doomed for sure now. Neil, there's still a little ways to the ground. Try again. Okay, I'll get him this time. Nice little set piece there. Look at them. They're even cuter when the pixel art is even smaller. Oh, we're dropping some frames here. Oh wow. I think my connection is having a momentary issue, but I think it will clear up in a little while. So you know what? We just beat the dungeon, and I'm gonna take a short break. And I encourage you to do the same. Get up, stretch, get some water, practice some self-care, and we're back in a few minutes.